Hey, Mike Brooks here from Team Audit. This is a quick video just to go over one key point, kind of a bonus video to a training that I did on the Audit Expert series on how to present your audit. Now here you see this is a auditee that has only one audit done. And when I go into users' accounts, especially folks who are trying audit out for the first time, and I only see that there's one baseline done, I want to make sure they understand there's more to audit than just a simple baseline audit. There's three kinds of audit. Your baseline is your first audit that you do, which is where your client or your prospect is today. Now, if you're doing a business review, this may be the only audit you need right now to present to your client. And if you are trying audit out, if you're on a trial, I highly recommend you do part 2 of the process, which is put this in front of the client. And that's also the most important part of the process, because until you get your client's reaction, you're really not going to have a great idea whether audit's going to work for your business or not. We've had clients who see audit and it's an immediate paradigm shift. They're like, this is what I've been waiting for. We have other folks on the other side of the spectrum who will run an audit and go, nah, it's not enough detail. It's not technical enough. I don't want to do this because my clients want to see the technical details. And I would challenge you to ask them yourselves by presenting this. Go get your best client. My recommendation is, if you're going to do it on a business review, is do it for your best client. Don't do it for a client who's on the bubble. Do it for your best client. The one who is very patient with you, who really is a huge fan. Just tell them, hey, I've got this new report tool that I'm using. It shows things in a little simpler way, and I'm wondering if I can come in and show this to you and get your feedback. And then see what they have to say. 9 times out of 10, I can almost guarantee you are going to have a paradigm shift when you see their reaction, because they're going to probably comment that they've never seen their data presented in this much detail, which is counterintuitive because you're probably already giving them a lot more detail, and the audit is very summary level, very simple, but they will see it as more detail because they finally understand it. So I challenge you to put it in front of a client. That's how you get the true value out of your trial membership with audit. Now, there's another side to this. If you're not using audit for sales presentations, I highly recommend you do it. And we have clients who use it for one or the other, business reviews or sales presentations. We have our most successful IT providers, our most successful MSPs, use it for both. So if you're not using it for sales presentations, highly recommend you do that. Now, to see what a sales presentation looks like, you have to have more than one audit in your auditee, in your audit trail. So what you would do is you would simply go over and clone it as a proposed plan. And then you go in and edit the proposed plan to be where they are, where you're going to take them. Then print the proposed report so you can see what that looks like as a sales presentation. To get the real true value out of audit, highly suggest you use it for sales presentations and business reviews. And at least if you're trying audit out, if you're on a trial, go and print yourself, create a proposed plan and print yourself a report. Let me show you what that looks like. So here's an auditee with a bunch of audits in here. I've got all sorts of stuff in here. So I'm going to go in here and I can either edit this to print it, or I can just hit print report here. So if you edit it, you just click on the reports tab. Now, I don't want to print this audit as a standalone audit. I want to print this one as the first base plan, and then I want to select the proposed plan as the second one. I want to leave all this stuff checked off so that I can really see what the report looks like. Then I'm going to hit print. Now, from here, take a look at how this report looks. First, you're going to have your base plan, and this is how you want to see it if you're doing an audit on a prospect. You always want to show them the baseline plan first. If you print a report and the proposed plan comes first, you printed it wrong. You want to make sure the base plan is first. You've got an audit score here. Now, I'm simply going to say to our client, this is what we found when we did your technical assessment. You scored a 14 out of 100. There is a ton of room for improvement, a bunch of things we need to address. You're spending $1,500 a month and you're only getting 15% of what you should. Now, if you go back to your current IT provider and ask for that other 85%, they could charge you as much as 85% more if we're looking at apples to apples, and that's like $10,000. Then I want to go through the detail with them. We're going to have infographics that help us to talk about these more complex concepts. And now comes our proposed plan or our comparison plan. In this case, it's a proposed plan. When you're doing a sales presentation, you definitely don't want to do a standalone. You want to have a comparison plan in there, which is your proposal, which is where they are today. Now, if it's a business review, you can compare it to where they were last business review or where they were last year or where they were when they hired you so that you can show a history. That's where the real power of audit is in this comparison plan. Now we're showing them where we're going to take them. There's not going to be infographics because there's no red. And if there were, you could always pull them out if you've already gone through them. This page is the most powerful page. You're showing them here's where you are. Here's what your score is. Here's what you're paying, which is kind of like paying this much, which price anchors that higher price so that when they see your price, they're not going to be sticker shocked, and it's a much easier close. So a lot more detail in the how to present an audit in the Audit Expert series. This is an additional bonus video to that, just to quickly show you what you could be missing if you're not doing comparison plans, if you're not printing your one audit compared to another audit.